All right, friends, in this video, I have been doing a deep dive into acrylic markers and paint pens. And one of the questions that I get a lot is about this giant one. I get that question a lot. And the other question I get is, can you refill a Posca? So I'm going to share with you my experience with these, and we're going to see if we can refill a Posca. This is my new favorite, the PC1M. And I love the ink flow on that size pen, and I use a lot of them, so I want to see if I can refill it. Let's get started. First off, these are what I call the old school paint pens, and you're probably familiar with them. You have to shake it and pump it to get the ink flowing. And this is one of my Poscas that is almost out of ink, so I thought it'd be a good one to play with. So here, I thought this would be helpful for you to understand what's going on. With these, you can buy the empties. I didn't know you could do this. If you want to mix your own colors, you can totally do that. The empties come with a little metal ball in them. And the reason it has the metal ball is because the ink separates. This is the Montana Shock Yellow, and you can see that the pigment is separated from the suspension fluid. You have to shake it, and you can hear it even in this one, and then you can draw with it. That's what that looks like. One thing a lot of people don't realize is these tips are replaceable, so you can buy replaceable nibs, and some of them are reversible. This one is a chisel on one end and a bullet tip on the other. So these are a pump action marker. That's what it looks like when it's empty. And that's what I have right here. Is I've got one that was an empty that I bought. I love this one. The ink flow is really good. And the ink that I filled it with is the acrylic water-based paint refill. So this is specifically designed for this type of pen. I use a lot of black and white, so I buy the large one. And these are the two sizes it comes in. So this is a 25 milliliter and the large one's the 180. And if you get this 15 millimeter marker to use, it's going to take a lot of ink, so you're going to want to get that larger bottle with it. I love these because I love to get down a lot of black really quickly, and I love the Montana Shock Black because it's a really, really deep black. I know I can refill this one, so I will show you. Now, this is messy. That's why I haven't done my nails yet. I thought we'll see how this goes, and then we'll do it. And so it's instead of being righty-tighty, they come off opposite. Sometimes they're a little bit hard to get the tip off. But you can see this one comes apart. This is one entire unit. Sometimes the little tip comes off. I'm going to gently stir my black so I don't get too many bubbles in it. And here we go. We're just going to add the ink. You don't want to overfill it. So that's about good. And I love the refillables because, a juicy paint pen gives you much better coverage. It's a lot more opaque. It's wonderful. Ah, look at that. Yep. So there we go. These are designed to be refillable. Now, our unanswered question is, can you refill the Poscas? This isn't the exact same yellow, but this is what I had. So there's a little bit of this color peachy yellow in here. Let's see if we can get this off. Oops. All right. Oh, it took a bit. Now here we go. I think it's coming off. Oh. Okay, now you do have to, you've got to put a little muscle into it. All right, this one's not coming off in one piece. So there's the top part holding the nib. Okay, this is going to be messy. So we've got to get this part off. Oh, it's kind of floating off. Look at that. Beautiful. You can see the paint that's on it. Gently going to set that there. We'll see how this works. And I'm going to refill it with the shock yellow. I'll need to make a note somewhere that the cap is not the color of the ink that's in here. I was having trouble with the ink flow on this one, and the reason now I see it was almost out of ink. They said you can use the golden high flow acrylics, but we'll have to test that in another video. So let's see. And you go to the left to tighten it. It looks like we've got it back on. Put on my cap, mixing up the new yellow with the old, and then I'm going to give it a couple pumps to get that new ink flowing down. Let's see. Okay, it's starting to change a little bit there. Starting to flow. All right. So we successfully refilled a yellow Posca. Our mission continues. Let's see if we can take off this one. Bye. You're definitely going to need some type of pliers. Uh-oh, it's coming off. It's coming off. Here we go. Oof. Ah, this one's a mess. Okay, yeah, there's barely any ink in there. I can feel it. It's very light. Now this one's going to be harder to refill. I cannot see what's in there. And since there's no viewfinder on the side, or like on these you can see as you fill them up, this is going to be, you're going to be really careful, because you don't want to overflow it. I'm just going to put, it looks like I'm almost to the top. You definitely don't want to overflow that. Carefully getting that mechanism back on, and we tighten it to the left when you're putting, so to the right takes it off, and to the left tightens it back on. Okay, make sure it's tightened. And you can see, this is the one thing with this pump style, you can see they are refillable. It's a little bit of a mess. And ink flow is back. Oh, that's fantastic. All right. Well, the other thing I like to do is I like to see if we can do it twice. First time could have been an accident. What did we say? Left puts it on, so right takes it off. So this does put a little marks on your, yeah, you've really got to, they're not fully glued on, but they are on pretty snug. So that will take it off. Sometimes these are a little bit more difficult to get off, so that's pretty nice that it comes off pretty easily. All right. Uh-oh, I'm almost out of my Montana. All right, I'm going to change the camera, see if you can see better what I'm doing. So oops, and see this is, you saw that bubble? So you're mixing, swirling the ink, because you don't want a whole bunch of bubbles, because then it'll be too hard to go into your pen. Oh. So if you do get bubbles, you want to make sure that they're gone. Let's try again. Okay, there we go. We're going to put that back on, and righty tighty, whoops, make sure it's pushed on. Oh, left again.